Hey folks, I am John Najarian. Welcome to 3 at 3. 3 p.m. Eastern every business day. I bring you what's going on in the market, what you can do about it, and how to make some money. Let's get to the start of the presentation. I got to roll through all these slides. There we go. Present. Fantastic. So, it is the 29th of July. I am John Najarian. 3 at 3 presented by me. Take a look at the disclaimer, if you will. Disclaimer says that this is for educational and informational purposes only. Full stop. You can read the rest of it at your leisure. Intellectual property. Yes, this is our intellectual property. We have patents, trademarks for these algorithms, for the information that I'm presenting to you. If you'd like to use it, just ask us. 9 times out of 10, we're going to say yes. If we find that you've used it without asking, that's when we might have some trouble. So please just ask. Chances are we want Market Rebellion's name out there as far and wide as we. So just ask and you'll probably get permission. Market Rebellion, if you'd like to learn more about trading stocks, options, cryptocurrencies, futures, if you'd like to learn how to do any of that better than how you do now, or if you're just starting out and you've never really done this before, we've got courses for everybody from beginner all the way through to advanced. I have put together great, I think fantastic educational opportunities for you. Distance learning, you do them at your own pace from wherever you are at whatever time of the day. And of course, you can be part of any of our live events as well. But the nice thing about doing it at your when you have the time is that you're not having to adhere to our schedule. You can do it whenever it suits you. So anyway, just go to marketrebellion.com/get started for more. Getting started here, how about this one? In Sego, I talked about it on the halftime report yesterday, the 28th. There you see in Sego bullish call buying. I talked about the upside calls being bought aggressively in here. There it is, in fact, a shot from the screen. 15 calls being bought. Look at that also, that again on 722, it was, almost no call activity in here. Then it starts moving up on the 23rd, 24th, 27th. It bleeds off to almost nothing. Yesterday it explodes. And where did the stock go? Well, here's the stock today, up 11.7%. Don't you wish you could find stocks that go up 11.7%? This one did it in a single day, folks. Yesterday to today. Yesterday, the stock was $11.12. Today it traded almost to $14. It's $13.75 right now. Bang. Next one. Take a look at FireEye. Again, just 2 days ago, the 27th, we talked about FireEye. August 13 calls, bought for about $90 each. So a 10 lot would be $900. How did that work out? Well, the stock was $13.04 and they were buying right at the money. Today, the stock pops by 18%. But you didn't just make 18% if you're in these calls, because the right to buy the stock at 13 when it's trading at almost 16 is $3, which means that you pretty much doubled your money, doubled the invested money. So these calls are up huge, and FireEye paying off in a big way. And remember, you buy rumor, you sell news. When you get the news and you get an 18% pop, I always encourage people to pull money off the table on the winners. I also encourage people to cut money when you've got a loser. So in other words, on a double, I take half the money off the table. Now this is a triple, but when you've got a double, I take half the money off the table and let it keep running. This one, you couldn't have even screwed it up. If you owned these calls, it's just like, bang, a big winner for you. Take a look at Tupperware. You want to see a big winner, look at this one. Tupperware, this was last week on Thursday, so not even a full week ago, I talked about the Tupperware September 8 calls. I asked you during that Periscope and all of the, basically for the 3 at 3, I said, you know what? You think anybody's buying more Tupperware because we're all hunkered down at home and we've all got leftovers? Maybe. Anyway, September 8 calls were bought for, let's call it $1.60. That's $160 a piece. So a 10 lot would be $1,600. A 100 lot, which would represent 10,000 shares of stock, would only be $16,000. So how would that have worked out? Well, let's see. Tupperware moved up from basically $8 a share to $15.50 a share. It's up 55% today. Tupperware, TUP. Yeah, sleepy little stock. Only the tech stocks move, right? No. There's a heck of a lot going on in the market that's not just a tech stock, folks. This is not a tech stock. And yet, look at that. Those calls are up to $7.70 from $1.60. So that means, let's just say $1.60 twice is $3.20. Twice is $6.40 again. So again, that's 400%. 400% on your money. So if you had $16,000 into this one, 100 lot, a $16,000 investment, you turned that into $64,000. Not too bad. In a week, not even. All right. Let's take a look also at today's 3 at 3. The first is TEVA. So this is generic pharmaceutical. This is an Israeli stock. We see today at 12:15, 10,000 of the December 12 calls being bought. So when I see 12 calls being bought when the stock's 11.64, it's not asking for an awful lot for the stock to get back to 12, is it? For the stock to trade over 12, to trade to 13 or 14 bucks. Not that big a deal. Sometimes it happens in a day, like some of the examples you've seen. Sometimes it takes longer. This particular investor wanted a 1,000,000 share equivalent because 10,000 options is 1,000,000 shares. This person can control 1,000,000 shares of TEVA for how much? $1.40. So that's $140 for each option. Again, a 10 lot would be $1,400. A 100 lot would be $14,000. And that's all you could lose, is what you pay for the option. Now, if that option doesn't work, because this is fresh today, if that option doesn't work and I've paid $1.40 for it, I will cut it at 70 cents. Why? Because if you cut your losses and let your winners run, you can be in this game a long time. And believe me, we have a lot more winners than losers, so you should be ahead if you follow that sort of guideline. Now, these calls, they also sold the December 16 calls against this December 12 call. So what would that be? That would be a $4 call spread, the difference between $12 and $16, $4. How much did the person collect for selling that 10,000 lot of the 16s? 40 cents. So in other words, they don't have $1.40 invested, they have $1. So in other words, they've cut this down to a $100 investment per option rather than $140 per option. So keep that in mind. Earnings are the 5th of August, so that's next week. And we have a lot of time in this trade. So time decay, in other words, theta, time decay is not really something that's going to hurt us. So we got to be aware of that. And in this case, like I say, it's not really very relevant because options all the way out to December decay very slowly. All right. Let's get to our next trade, VSTO, VSTO. Take a look at this one, 11:47 in the morning. We see 4,000 of the September 1750 calls. That's about $1 out of the money, 75 cents out of the money, above where the stock is trading. They paid $1.55. They also took a big profit on these. Take a look at those August options. They're taking those August 10s off for $6.65, $6.90, something like that. That's a huge winner, folks. I want to follow winners with their trades. So that's what we did here. Time decay is a little bit more of an issue. So you may want to consider, again, what I would do is I would sell some calls against these as the stock starts moving, which I think it will. So I would, if I owned the 1750s, sell a strike above it and impact that time decay, again, theta, time decay, as well as affecting vega, volatility compression as well. Final trade of our 3 at 3 today is CCJ. So this is Camco. This is a uranium play. This is a play on nuclear energy. So we see with the stock trading $10.46, we see the September 11 calls being bought aggressively. Why aggressively, John? Well, because somebody thinks they've got tomorrow's newspaper today. They think they know something about this stock that you and I don't know. They're buying the stock at $10.46. Fine. Stock moves $2 up to $12.46. That person, for every 1,000 shares, would make $2,000. If you bought these September 11 calls for 55 cents, let's say, that's $55 investment, versus 1,000 shares of this is $10,000 investment, I could control that same 1,000 shares for $500. I kind of like my odds on that a lot better. That's also the total amount I could lose if I'm wrong. And still, I would try to cut my losses at 20 or 25 cents if it didn't work out. So they bought these September 11 calls, again, for about 55 cents. The September 13 calls, they sold those, so they collected money. Again, they're doing a call spread, in this case between $11 and $13. That's a $2 call spread. A call vertical like this, I love to see that because that's a smart investor. Again, 11,000 options is 1.1 million share equivalent. This is somebody that's pretty committed to a trade in this stock. So I love that, love following smart money. That's why I'm in this trade as well. You want to learn more about Market Rebellion, folks, and what we do? What I've showed you is unusual option activity. Now, we cite that throughout the day, every day. And on the right side of the column, we let the people who are subscribers chat with those of us who are posting those trades. They can go back and forth with each other, with all of these other people in that chat room, and with us as far as what we're seeing. And you can see them rooting for stocks. You can see them saying, hey, I'm taking profits, or hey, I'm cutting my loss on this one. It's a learning experience. It's not just us telling you buy this, sell that. So marketrebellion.com/UOA will get you to unusual option activity. You can see how much it costs. You can decide whether or not you're trading actively enough to justify trading, as many different posts as we do, because we do a lot of trading every day. You choose which ones you want to trade, of course, or you can basically trade down to a lower subscription where you only get one trade a day. Or if you're somebody who wants an even longer term, one trade a week. We've got so many different offerings over at marketrebellion.com. Check it out. marketrebellion.com/UOA. All right, that's it. I appreciate all of you being here today. And if you'd care to tell a friend about it, we wouldn't complain. Please tell your friends to tune in to marketrebellion.com every day, 3 p.m. We do the 3 at 3, and I'll see you soon right here